They said it's over. They said that's it. I stared at the edge and I refused.
They wrote my ending in permanent ink, labeled my silence as too far gone. Every smile felt rendered, every breath was thin. Every night felt longer than the dawn. I was standing in rubble, they called my past, holding pieces I didn't know how to fix. Heart full of dents, soul full of cracks, still breathing like this can't be it. They fed me doubt like it was truth, said pain was proof. I already lost, but I learned the dark don't mean you're done. Sometimes it's just where you pause, I bury tears and unfinished lines, turn breakdowns into battle plans. If the end was knocking at my door, I shut it with my bare hands.
I felt the cold, I saw the fall, but something in me wouldn't let go.
I refused the end when the light went quiet. I refused to fall when hope felt violent.
They said let go, it's easier then, but I refused the end.
I've been tired and ways sleep can't heal. Smiling while my chest caves in. Carry wounds I never show, fought wars I didn't win. I stood on ledges made of doubt, heard my name in every lie, but quitting felt like killing parts of the kid that still survived. I was shaking, yeah, I admit it. Hands unsteady, faith real thin, but weakness taught me where I've been. The pain taught me where I'm built. They called it stubborn, called it pride, but this is deeper than pretend. When everything screamed final chapter, I refused the end.
I refused the end when the scars kept talking. I refused to fade when my past kept stalking. It said let go, it's easier then, but I refused the end. I refused the end. I refused the end.
This isn't courage, this is survival. This is choosing breath when your lungs are tired. I didn't win, I stayed. And sometimes that's everything. I lost friends, lost time, lost pieces of me. Lost nights, I'll never rewind, but I gained a voice from the damage done, and a spine that don't break this time. I learned endings are opinions, not fate. Just pressure testing your will. They don't see the fire in quiet souls, they only notice when it kills. So I rose messy, not proud or clean, still bleeding but standing straight. If the end was the door they wanted me through, I made it a wall and stayed.
I refused the end when the dark felt endless. I refused to quit when my heart felt helpless. They said let go, it's easier then, but I refused. I refused the end. I refused the end. I refused the end.
I didn't escape the darkness, I outlasted it. I didn't deny the pain, I carried it.
This isn't the end, I'm still here.
Yeah. They thought silence meant weakness. They thought pain meant the end. I didn't break. I learned. I grew up dodging words like bullets in halls. Every look was a judgment, every fall was my fault. Tried being quiet, tried playing it safe, but silence kept choking the breath out my face. I learned early that sorry don't save you, and love don't stay if it's afraid to. They took my kindness, bent it to shame, so I carved out my backbone straight from the pain. I swallowed my fear till it burned in my chest. Every stay down made me stand up obsessed. They said know your place, I said watch me move. Built a voice out of scars they never knew. I tried to be small, tried not to react, but the world kept pushing, so I pushed back. I learned to push back when the weight got heavy. I learned to stand firm when my hands weren't steady. If the world wants war, when I ask for peace, I learned to push back just to breathe. I've been blamed for the cracks I didn't create. Carry guilt like a sentence, not a mistake. Every night felt longer than the last one. Talking to shadows like they understood me. I made friends with anger, danced with regret. Tried drowning my thoughts, but they swim back wet. They said calm down, never asked me why. Never saw the storm living behind my eyes. I ain't proud of the rage, but it kept me alive. When hope felt thin and my heart felt tired, I learned real strength ain't raising your voice, it's choosing to fight when you don't have a choice. I learned to push back when the truth felt buried. I learned to hold on when my soul felt weary. If the world wants war, when I ask for peace, I learned to push back just to breathe. Don't call me bitter, you didn't feel the weight. Don't call me broken, I adapted to the pain. I don't strike first,
but I don't stay down. I don't beg for mercy, I found my sound. Yeah, I kept my heart open and paid the cost. Lost pieces of me I'll never get back, but I learned the difference between love and chains, between being loyal and being trapped. I've been screamed at, doubted, written off, left alone when the lights went off. But every dark taught me how to see. Every setback showed what's left of me. I ain't fearless, I'm just done with fear. Done letting ghosts steer the wheel I steer. This ain't revenge, this ain't attack. This is me saying I'm not weak anymore. I learned to push back when my voice shook loud. I learned to stand tall when they try to break me down. If the world wants war, when I ask for peace, I learned to push back so I don't disappear. I took a push cold, I became aware. I didn't turn cruel, I turned prepared. I learned to push back, and I'm still here.
Yeah. Every scar's a sentence. Every bruise remembers. I wasn't born unbreakable. I was built. I learned to breathe with the weight on my chest. City taught me silence, pain did the rest. Every no carved lines in my spine, every closed door made the hunger more loud in my mind. I grew up arguing with mirrors, asking who I'd be if the fear disappeared as they said slow down. I said watch me, back against the wall, but the wall couldn't stop me. I ate out for dinner, swallowed pride, learned to walk through fire just to feel alive. They counted me out, yeah, I counted the days till my voice turned to cracks into something that shakes. I don't need saving, I learned how to stand with blood on my knuckles and hope in my hands. I was built on resistance, raised by the fight. Every time I broke, I stitched myself tight. If the world pushed harder, I pushed back twice. I was built on resistance, built to survive. I remember nights when the doubt talked loud, only friend was the echo of my own sound. Mama said breathe, pain said prove it, so I wrote every truth I was scared to move with. I turned every loss into fuel for the climb. Every tear hit the page, turned brutal to rhyme. They laughed at the dream, called it reckless ambition, but pressure don't crush, it reveals the condition. I ain't clean, I ain't perfect, I'm proof that a heart can be shattered and still tell the truth. I don't flex for applause, I bleed on the beat. If I'm standing right now, it's the scars on my feet. I was built on resistance, raised by the fight. Every time I broke, I stitched myself tight. If the world pushed harder, I pushed back twice. I was built on resistance, built to survive. Don't call me fearless, I just don't run anymore. Don't call me healed, I learned to carry the war. If I fall, I fall forward. If I scream, it's a roar. I'm not what you tried it, I'm what I became after. I kept my name when they tried to erase it, kept my flame when the rain couldn't face it. I've been quiet, I've been violent inside, but I turned every demon into something I ride. I don't beg for a seat, I built my own table if the world wasn't able. I taught myself stable. From the ashes I gathered my breath, wrote life in the margins of dealing with death. Say I'm too much, I've been not enough. Say I'm too loud, I was muted by rough. This ain't rage, it's survival and sound. I didn't lose myself, I found I was built on resistance, raised by the fight. Every scar's a map, every tear's a light. If the world pushed harder, I pushed back twice. I was built on resistance, built to survive. Still here, still breathing, still standing. Not because it was easy, but because I resisted. But because I resisted.
Yeah.
Yeah. They ask why I'm cold now. They don't ask what I survived.
Hard days didn't break me, hard days made me. I was raised by late nights and unanswered calls, by promises written just to watch them fall. I learned early, pain don't knock, it kicks the door, leaves you bleeding on the floor, asking what for. I watched hope die slow and familiar faces heard be patient while life kept erasing. Every smile felt fake, every laugh felt rented. I was rich in scars but spiritually indebted. They don't see the hunger in my voice when I speak. They don't hear the trauma hiding under this beat. I grew up fighting shadows I could never outrun, trying to be something before I became no one. I was quiet when I should have screamed, held my breath just to feel something. I was breaking invisibly, but the pain kept shaping me. Hard days made me, not the praise, not the love that walked away. Every tear, every sleepless night turned me into my own lifeline. Hard days made me, carved my skin, taught me how to fight within. I didn't shine, didn't pray, I survived. Hard days made me. I was molded by pressure, baptized in doubt, learned how to bleed quietly, scream with my mouth shut. I carried guilt like a loaded gun, pointed at my chest when the nights got long. They say, let it go like it's that easy, when the past keeps texting like remember me. I replay moments I wish I could delete, but those memories sharpen the edge of my teeth. I learned trust from betrayal, strength from collapse. I learned how to stand up straight with the knife in my back. I stopped waiting for saving, stopped begging for grace. When you're born in the fire, you don't fear the flames. I was tired of surviving, but I didn't know how to quit. Every crack in my armor is proof that I live. Hard days made me, scars and all. I learned to walk through every fall. If pain's the price for who I am, then I'll pay it again. Hard days made me, broke my sleep, but gave my soul a voice to speak. I didn't fold, I didn't fade, I was built. Hard days made me. Don't call me lucky, don't call me strong, call me someone who stayed too long in the storm. I've cried in silence, laughed through a pain, smiled for crowds while losing my brain. I talk to myself like an enemy does, argue with mirrors, make peace with the blood. If I sound angry, it's cause I am. I made it alone, now understand. This ain't motivation, this confession rhyme. This is trauma turned rhythm, pain keeping time. If you're listening broken, still stuck in the fight, notice hard days don't end you, they rewrite your life. Hard days made me who I am, not the love, not the plans. Every scar wrote my name in a language made of pain. Hard days made me shape my spine, taught me how to cross that line. I didn't break, I didn't cave, I was forged. Hard days made me. They ask why I'm different now. You wouldn't be the same either if hard days raised you.
Yeah. Knocked down. Count it out. Still breathing. They watched me fall and waited for the end scene, like pain was the headline, trauma the headline. I hit the floor hard, face first with regret, but the ground didn't break me, it just made me reflect. I learned real quick who claps when you bleed, who smiles when you trip, who prays you don't succeed. I lost more than wins, lost sleep, lost trust, but I never lost a fire, just buried in dust. I carried shame like a loaded gun, pointed at my chest when the nights got long. Every mistake played loud in my skull, every you can't felt personal. I crawled through hell with a cracked backbone, talk to my demons like you're not home. I bent, I broke, yeah, I came undone, but I didn't stay down, no, I got back up.
Every scar tried to teach me fear, every tear tried to keep me here, but pain don't know my name, I stood back up anyway.
I got back up when the lights went black, when my own thoughts stabbed my back. I got back up when hope went numb, when even breathing felt like a job. I got back up with blood on my pride, with nothing left but the will to try. They thought I'd stay crushed, stay stuck, but I hit the floor and I got back up.
I wore my anger like body armor, smiling while my mind got darker. They said be strong, they never asked how, so I screamed in the silence till my chest gave out. I drowned in almost, could've been, shook hands with guilt, called it a friend. Every apology I never got turned into fuel that burned my thoughts. I fought myself more than anyone, lost that war, still never run. If surviving's ugly, then I'm proof. I stayed alive when it wasn't cute. I learned pain, don't play fair. Hits you hardest when nobody's there, but rock bottom taught me this truth: you don't
rise from ruin.
I felt so hard, I forgot my name, forgot my word, forgot my face. But even broken, I felt the spark, a quiet voice in the dark. It said, stand. I got back up through the shaking hands, through the voices that said you can't. I got back up when my heart stayed sore, when life kept slamming every door. I got back up with scars still fresh, with cracked ribs and a heavy breath. They wanted proof that I was done, I showed them how I got back up. I'm not healed, but I'm dangerous now, because I know how low I can go and how to survive when nothing stand with pain. Carry my past without being chained. I don't flex perfection, I flex survival. I don't fear pressure, I was raised by it. Every fall taught me balance, every loss sharpened my talent. I'm standing here, no halo, no crown, just a fighter who refused to stay down. If strength had a sound, it cracked the floor. Every time I rise when I'm hurting more, they don't clap for the getting back up, they only cheer when you finally won. But the real victory's unseen rough. I lived through hell and still showed up. I fell, I broke, I bled, but I didn't quit. I got back up.
Yeah. I try to breathe, but it's already fed. Every time I feel peace, this anger eats first. I wake up tired of fighting myself in the mirror. Same face, different scars, same demons get clearer. I swallow my pride like a pill I can't split. They say let it go, but they don't live in my head. I've been calm for a minute, then the silence snaps. Every thought comes back with its teeth intact. I forgive, I forget, then the pain relapse. Every promise I made gets stabbed in the back. They say anger's a choice, man, anger chose me. Grew up where love was rare and fear was homely. I learned how to shop before I learned how to pray. Learn how to fight before I learn how to stay. I don't break plates, I break myself instead. Bottle it up till the pressure gets fed. Smile on my face, war under my skin. Every time I try healing, this anger eats first. I don't scream anymore, I just shake inside. Hold my breath like hope's on a short supply. I starve my heart, but the rage gets fed. I try to move on. This anger eats first. This anger eats first, leaves nothing behind. Takes all the love, leaves hunger in my eyes. I reach for peace, but it's already dead. Every time I feel hope, this anger eats first. This anger eats first, I'm last in line. I give it my strength, I lose my mind. I beg for calm, but it's cursed instead. I try to survive. This anger eats first. I don't punch walls, I punch memories. Every word you said still injures me. I replay nights like a broken tape. Same regrets, just a different date. I tried therapy, tried fate, tried time. Tried drowning the rage in a bottle of lies, but it floats back up every time I'm weak. Sits at the table and starts to eat. They see the fire, not the reason it burns. Not the lessons I learned, just the bridges I burned. They hear the anger, don't hear the hate. Don't hear the child in me screaming stay. I don't want revenge, I want relief. But peace feels fake when pain feels real to me. I set a place for love instead, but it never shows. This anger eats first.
I let it go. Who am I without it? If I heal, do I lose my edge? I don't know who I am when the rage is gone. It's been with me longer than anyone.
This anger eats first. Leave crumbs for my soul. I try to feel whole, but I'm losing control. I ask for mercy, I get unrest every time I feel safe. This anger eats first. This anger eats first. I bleed in my chest, I feed in my past. It demands no rest. I wanna be free, but I'm shackled instead. I try to be calm. This anger eats first. I'm not proud of the damage, I'm proud I survived. Proud I didn't fall when I wanted to hide. Yeah, I'm loud, yeah, I'm loved, yeah, I'm hard to defend, but I'm still here breathing, so don't call at the end. I'm tired of being told I'm too much to love. Like my pain makes me poison, like I'm broken goods. I don't need saving, I need some space. Need someone who sees me, not just my rage. Maybe one day I'll sit at the table with peace. Tell my anger you don't gotta eat. Till then I'm fighting every thought in my head, trying to be human while surviving the edge.
I'm still here, still trying, still hungry for something rare.
But tonight,
This anger eats first. This anger eats first. I wake up with my fist clenched tight in my sleep, arguing with memories I swore I buried deep. Mirror says I made it, but my head says I lied. Every win feels hollow when the past won't die. I run from my shadow, but it runs just as fast. Every step forward drags a chain from the past. I'm strong on the surface, breaking under the skin, smiling for the world while the war's within. They say let it go like it's easy to do, like pain doesn't echo every truth that you knew. I tried to forgive, tried to forget who I was, but the scars keep talking louder than love. I built walls out of silence, learn to breathe in the dark. Every word I don't say leaves a permanent mark. I'm tired of pretending that I'm finally free when the hardest opponent is staring at me. I'm still fighting myself every night, every day. Every promise I broke still gets in the way. I scream for some peace, but I live in this hell. Yeah, I'm still fighting myself, I'm still fighting myself with these thoughts I can't kill. Every step that I take feels against my own will. I wish I could run, but I'm trapped in this shell. Yeah, I'm still fighting myself. I talk to my demons like they pay rent here. They know every weakness, every doubt, every fear. I learned how to rap just to bleed on a beat. Turn my trauma to rhythm so I don't feel defeat. I've been strong for too long, now I don't know how to break. If I stop holding on, I'm afraid of what shakes. Every I'm fine is a lie, I rehearse. Every verse is a wound, every song makes it worse. I love people hard just to watch them leave. Now I flinch every time someone says they believe. I don't trust easy, I don't sleep well. I hear my own voice like it's ringing a bell. I keep chasing them raw, haunted by yesterday. Every step toward healing feels miles away. I don't need a crown, I don't need the fame. I just want silence inside my brain. I'm still fighting myself every night, every day. Every promise I broke still gets in the way. I scream for some peace, but I live in this hell. Yeah, I'm still fighting myself, I'm still fighting myself with these thoughts I can't kill. Every step that I take feels against my own will. I wish I could run, but I'm trapped in this shell. Yeah, I'm still fighting myself. If I lay my armor down, will I bleed or be free? If I face who I am, will you still stand with me? I'm not broken forever, I just been too far, trying to light up the dark with a shattered spark. Maybe strength ain't winning, maybe strength is the fight. Showing up every day, even losing the night. If I fall again, I'll get up once more. I'm bruised, not done, I'm hurt, not poor. I won't silence the pain, I'll learn how to cope. Turn every cracked dream into stubborn hope. I'm still here breathing, still writing this song, still fighting myself. But I'm holding on, I'm still fighting myself. Fighting myself, yeah, but I'm still standing.
No clean version of the truth tonight. I tried to edit pain, but it rewrote my life. If you hear me shaking, that's the sound of scars. Still breathing in the dark, still choking on my heart.
They want the polished story, radio ready lies, but my reality bleeds when I open my eyes. I've been cutting out the good parts, taping on a smile, but the mess keeps leaking through the cracks for miles. I was raised on survival, not comfort or grace. Every promise broke, left a mark on my face. They said man up, so I buried the scream. Now the silence screams louder than anything. I try to clean it up, try to tone it down, but the truth don't whisper when it wants out. Every word I speak comes with blood and blame. This ain't a song for peace, it's a war with my name. If I tell it softly, would you stay? If I tell it ugly, would you run away? I'm tired of hiding the mess in my chest. There's no clean version of what's left. There's no clean version of my pain. No safe head and no gentle frame. I tried to mute the screams inside, but the truth don't come sanitized. No clean version, no disguise. Every scar still testifies. If you love me raw. This is me, no filter at all. I learned how to bleed quietly, smile through decay, shake hands with my demons, let them all stay. They said time heals, but time just delays the breakdown, waiting at the end of the day. I've been biting my tongue till it tastes like regret, swallowing words I ain't said yet. Every mirror talking back like you failed again. Still fighting ghosts that wear human skin. I don't need forgiveness, I need release. Tired of pretending this damage is peace. They want a version they can digest, but my truth cuts deep, leave stains on the dress. Don't ask me to clean this up, don't ask me to make it safe. This is the voice I survive with. This is the sound of pain. There's no clean version of my pain. No rewrite, no escape. I tried to hide it behind the beat, but the hurt still speaks. No clean version, no disguise. Every tear still qualifies. If you're scared of what I am, turn away.
I won't pretend.
I'm done apologizing for bleeding on tracks. This might save my life when the world turns its back. If my honesty hurts, then it's doing its job. I'd rather be broken than silent and gone. I don't need a censor, I need to be heard. I've been dying inside behind polished words. This ain't a cry for help, it's a statement of fact. I survived every version of me that cracked.
No clean version, no clean version of me. Just God, just truth, and a voice that refuses to leave.